All right, happy Monday, Gabby. What's up?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm good. Long birthday weekend. What did you do this weekend? Anything exciting?
Just worked, watched the fights.
Pretty much it.
Pretty much every weekend.
Now, this is like, are we nearing summer? Or can we talk about work a little bit? Or
Yeah.
are we transitioning in life at some point here
Yes.
with careers, and now that you're done school and
Yeah, phasing out part-time. Gonna
Moving
start
on-
full-time
moving
soon.
on to a
New era.
new era of your life
I
and
know.
work.
The amount of people that are like, enjoy these next few weeks before it's all over. I'm like,
Oh, so dramatic,
God,
though.
It's like, I feel like I'm gonna enjoy. I am sleeping more now.
You're sleeping more?
Yes, because now I don't have school. Or,
You made a post about your college career,
Yes.
and I was like reading into it to understand like you 5 years,
Yeah.
and you're kind of all over the like you
I
accomplished a
had
lot.
A bizarre, it's basically started at Rowan, theater major,
Okay.
tech stuff, but had my quarter life crisis early, dropped out community college 2 years, got my associates,
Okay.
then Rutgers,
Okay.
now have my bachelor's.
Okay.
So yeah, I mostly just skip the Rowan thing because
Yeah.
it is irrelevant right now. I do have my minor in theater because I got those credits, but
Yeah.
that's why I always tell people, I'm like, bro, college doesn't make sense anyway. Just do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you made a shift when you decide like earlier on,
Yeah.
and not like committed to 4 years and then regretted
yeah.
the whole shit that you did. Mm-hmm. College is a tricky thing. Like, are you clipped by any chance? I can't see if you're clipped.
I am.
Yeah. We got to get you like a proper mic,
I'll take a Britney Spears one.
like a McDonald's drive-thru one. You know what? I'm gonna get you that.
Thank
That would
you
be
so
awesome.
much.
And a little camera, just like so we can see you at all times in the bottom of the screen.
A little GoPro.
The Gabby
view.
cam. I do have a GoPro with me. I just got to connect it. So with college, I feel like, especially now, there's so much out there with other ways to educate yourself in whatever type of line of work that you're doing. Obviously, some careers you need to go to school for. But if you're going to go to college now and have so much debt, you better either love it
Yeah.
or really have a reason for what you're doing, or make a shift to go in the direction that you...
Y'all, community college is lit. Guys, go to community college if you want. Because
Don't go?
No, go there.
Go, really?
I had such an excellent 2 years there. Like, great programs. And I got a scholarship from my old job to go to community college. So,
So you're covered.
yeah. So, yeah, that's why people... I did it in a very convoluted way, but I did it in a smart way. Got scholarships, got money, but
Right.
so still got some loans.
But some people still love like just the name of the school they're going to go to,
yeah.
no matter what the price tag is. Mm-hmm. And then meanwhile, now everybody's working remotely.
Exactly.
Jobs are limited or just not. Mm-hmm. And then everybody's just getting their free, $300 a week or whatever the hell it is and calling it a day.
I know that was.
Meanwhile, everybody just wants to be an influencer.
Oh my God.
In reality, everybody just wants to have a food Instagram and just live peacefully.
I know social media. I took a class on social media, so it's a thing. It's a thing.
It's an important thing.
Yeah.
But
speaking of, like, comment, subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
Segue.
All the above. I'm starting to like put every opportunity I get. Subscribe. Oh, did you like a post? But then subscribe.
Follow, share.
Yeah, I just skipped all the way to subscribe. I figured if you're subscribing, you're doing everything else anyway.
True,
You know what I mean? It's like the hurdle of getting you from A to C, which is subscribe. And now I'm committed to only posting reels as well.
Okay.
Just because it gets so much more traffic.
Yeah.
So you got to figure if you get more traffic, you're at least, putting that in front of more people, which more people then should hopefully transition over.
Yeah, see, the more hard work goes into this than just sitting and talking.
I'm done with IGTV. Forget that crap. I can't manage to get the graphics to line up properly. So I give up. I'm doing Reels only.
That's okay. We forgive you.
Except for the post I'm going to do today. That's going to be real.
Okay, well.
So this weekend was my birthday weekend. I usually don't care much for it or whatever. But we had a good time going out finally. Like it felt somewhat normal, which was very nice. We hit up Philadelphia Distillery.
Oh,
have you been?
No.
It's fucking sharp.
Oh yeah, I saw your.
Yeah, I did a post. Yeah. We left the kids with the grandparents. We had like a date night. We went to the distillery, had some drinks. Super cool spot. That's actually my favorite. I drink either whiskey or gin. That's like the two, or bourbon or whatever. But usually the only two that I switch back and forth with. And funny enough, Blue Coat Gin is I feel like this is an ad. But no, Blue Coat Gin's the one that I always go for. And I didn't even have an idea at one point that they were like a local. I just liked it. And then, but anyway, the distillery itself, who makes apparently everything there, is a sweet operation. Like the vibe of it is my kind of flow. The look of it, the drinks are really good, and then they had no food, which sucks because if you're drinking fancy drinks, you kind of need at least some nuts to snack on.
At least.
Because I'm like, well, how many of these are we going to drink before we can't manage to get out of here? Anyway, their kitchen was closed. Apparently, the chef had something, but they usually have food. But anyway, then have you been to Jerry's? No. Jerry's bar?
I don't go places.
You don't go places? You don't ever go to Philly to like just...
I haven't like in a very long time.
No? All right.
No.
Well,
I need to get out more.
Well, the Fishtown, Northern Liberties, Kensington area, it's like, I mean, I'm not going into Center City much. Like, even though they do have plenty of stuff. Actually, there's too much to even like wrap your head around. You have to almost like plan it out, where in this other side of the town, you can kind of, play it by ear, which is what we did. So we went to the distillery, and Jerry's like, which apparently it used to be like an old cop bar back in the day, but it became full hipster and very nice. So I called thinking like, first of all, the city was packed, which was great, but I haven't seen that many people in an area in forever.
I know.
Like we were driving on 2nd Street. First of all, there was a guy driving the opposite way on 2nd Street.
Love that. I'm
like, all right. At no point did he decide he wanted to stop and try to U-turn, do a K-turn. Nope. He was just, I'm going for it. Everybody. And now with all the restaurants having this stuff on, like, all the restaurants have the seats on the street. So it makes the street very narrow. And this guy's trying to go against traffic. But anyway, there was people crossing back and forth. It was cool. Everybody seemed happy and just enjoying the beautiful weather and all that stuff. But anyway, so I ended up calling Jerry's and I'm like, listen, I'm pretty sure everything's booked out because now it's like to get a table, right? So they were like, no. Are you coming now? I'm like, sure. She was like, ask for Marianne. Go straight upstairs and you'll have your table ready to go. I'm like, fuck, that was special treatment, random niceness is this? And it was like that. Everything was just so chill. Everybody was so easy to like deal with. And we had a little like reserved table that we got for whatever reason. We lucked out and great dinner. They had a guy playing like covers downstairs, but like a jazzy version of it and stuff like that. Had the best wings of my life there.
Oh, so
I'm
good.
a big wing connoisseur. And somehow they managed to have the best wings, in my opinion, that I've had in a long ass time.
Get that?
Shit was falling off the bone.
Oh, you sold me on it now.
I don't like flats typically. I like, but literally you could just pull the meat off and it was crunchy. Maybe it's because we were starving and we were drinking and we didn't have any food or nuts. So anything was heaven at that point.
I say, go back sober.
Yeah. No, we were sober. But we had no kids, so we were sort of behaving. But yeah, so that was that. And then yesterday we were out all day and doing some more eating and drinking. So it was a long weekend. But I am feeling fantastic today, which I thought I might not. So this Monday coming in strong. And I have so many tropical shirts to wear for the show. So thanks to my birthday, the next 5 weeks worth of shows should have fresh Hawaiian shirts, because that's all I wear in the summer. That, tank tops and t-shirts.
I like a brand, just branding.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's what I'm going to wear anyway.
That's fair.
But anyway, so the whole point of this pointless conversation about my birthday was that the gin place, which I thought was super nice, out of nowhere. My wife just said, like they said, I guess when she did the reservation, is it a special occasion? She was like, yeah, it's just birthday. So at the end, the guy's like, oh, hey, here's your birthday present. And he gives me like a little swag bag, hat, and like a little bottle of gin, and then like a sticker and sunglasses and all this. I'm like, all right, way to do shit right.
That's awesome.
So we're going to start doing cage side swag bag. Hat and stickers for all guests.
Yeah. Well, we got to do the stuff first.
We got to do some stuff
first. Get the hat.
That's true. All right, in the future. I did say to some guy, not some guy. I always just say some guy because I can't remember names. I guess one of the guys who did Brady's tattoo, he released I follow him, and he released a shirt with his design or whatever, but it's like the tattoo type style t-shirt. And I'm like, possible collab? Would love a tattoo inspired cage side collab shirt. That would be nice.
That'd be sick.
Well, lots of ideas. We'll see. But anyway, fights this weekend, which because of my birthday stuff, I missed because they were early, first of all. The main event started at 7.
I think so, yeah.
Which, it's not much earlier. Usually it's 8 o'clock? And the pay-per-view is 10. But we were out, took forever. By the time we got back, I missed the fights. And I hate nothing more than checking to see where the fights are at and then finding out you missed everything. And then who won. Because the first picture they post is the guy with the hands up.
Exactly.
Can we be a little more secretive so that way I don't get spoiled?
Nope.
I used to have the ESPN app installed, but I would hate it because I would hear and then results. Nobody does that for movies.
No.
Nobody spoils the end of the movie with an alert.
Well, movies aren't like a live event that's happening that people are all watching.
People could do it while watching it live. I'm just saying, like, nobody would spoil that. Why would you spoil fights, which is... Yeah. I guess I'm asking for too much.
Yeah, it's sort of you're fighting a uphill battle there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna win that battle. No. So I think I continue with my losing streak of picking fights.
What? You got a couple.
Did I get a couple?
You said Esparza.
I did get a Esparza. Did I pick it? Yeah, I did pick a Esparza.
Is it because you couldn't say Jan's name? Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like you're making fun of me now. No, I actually went with Esparza because it's the one I know. Oh, Felicia Spencer won, right?
No. Norma.
Did she lose?
Yeah.
Why?
I know, it was all decision fights.
Jack Hermanson won. I had that one. So listen, I'll be honest. This fight card did nothing for me, aside from Cody. As far as like looking forward to watching it, that is by no means a representation of who was fighting in it. It's just some things don't get me too like hyped to sit down for it. And so if you want to just run through real quick who won and who lost from the bottom, we'll go through them real quick. So Jack Hermanson won by decision, round 3. So all the fights except for Esparza went by decision. Did anybody win fight bonuses?
I think just
was there a fight of the night?
I think Esparza won. And then I think I might have seen it wrong, but a prelim fight won fight of the night.
Okay.
But
so if you're tuning in here to like learn about the weekend's fights, you're probably in the wrong channel.
Well, we can talk about Cody.
But we can't break down Cody because I did see that one.
Because so Cody, you wanted him to be patient.
Yes.
So
yes. He showed
I think a decision shows patience.
I agree. But patience and not being able to like and holding like not allowing yourself to perform is different. Listen, I actually thought I didn't see the same fight as everybody was seeing regarding Font. Because they were making it seem like he was dominating and putting on a show. I thought Cody looked good. I just think he wasn't putting too much out there. And he got rocked a couple times. Well, it was great too. I love some post that somebody did saying like complete evidence or complete proof that the beard guarantees chin like a just because obviously he took punch. I mean, Font is a solid striker, and he caught him with several good hits, and he was good.
Yeah,
he handled it well. Were you surprised by the amount of takedowns?
Yes.
Right.
I saw a couple memes that, oh, he's a wrestler now, but Nate Diaz.
It's not bad that
No.
he I like that little funny whatever the hell that was. I like that he used the takedowns as a way to kind of gain control. Mm-hmm. So you're getting point.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. So like, okay, so that's showing a different part of your arsenal, which is great, I think, especially for somebody who we knew was just a brawler. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he wasn't putting his striking together. He did several times. And then you're like, there it is. That's like what you're capable of doing. So how come you're not... Like, was he trying to avoid the potential for getting dropped? Or do you think he was just a little hesitant? Do you think he thought he was winning? Like, what's your take on his decision to not let it go?
See, it's hard because his movement was good all the way through. Like, head movement, he was looking good, so he was fully aware and sharp. But, like, I know the amount of takedowns there was a lot for both of them.
Yeah.
There was a lot. And I think as the fight went down, it sort of went on. Font was sort of taken over. But it was a lot of, like, high movement.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
Yeah.
So I think that it was maybe hard for him to get a rhythm going. But
do you think... So I think Font looked good.
yes.
He definitely looked good. His boxing looked great. I like how he holds his hands. But did he impress you? Was it a great performance where you're like, damn, Font, he's a killer?
I think he looked good. I don't... See, it's hard because I will admit was not paying full attention. But that's also... I feel like that's my gauge, too, of, like...
How good a fight night is?
If we're in a room and we're watching and I'm...
Yeah. That's my point.
not totally in tune.
Right.
But yeah, I mean...
If you're not channeled in, so something's not grabbing you. Listen, there's other people who obviously care about other specific levels of details about these fights, and but I care about the entertainment aspect of it, the art of the fight, right? Like when you see some masterful performances, or when there's like an underdog and you're like trying to, you know what I mean? Like those moments or those storylines are what really make you enjoy the it's entertainment at the end of the day and a sport.
You're a filmmaker.
What's that?
You're a filmmaker. Look for the moments.
Am I sounding like that? Am I looking at life through a different lens? No, but it's true. Is it not? It's storytelling.
Yeah.
The promotion for the fights are storytelling. The narrative that the fighters come into the fights, Cody needing this win more than, like all these things matter. And at least that's what gets me invested in the fight.
Yeah.
So a fight night like this week didn't have many of those storylines. And that I blame on the UFC for not, hey, even if it's bullshit, look, why is everybody caring about, I hate that we talk about this every time, but about the Paul brothers and stuff like that. Because they're doing a hell of a job at creating, even if it's a false narrative.
Yeah.
They create it. And they create doubt, for some people. So anyway, my point being is that, like, I like Cody. I like Font. I knew that fight, whether I missed it or not, I was going to go back and watch it, which is what I ended up doing. I mean, I watched it probably like an hour after it aired or less than that. Thanks to ESPN, which, by the way, that I love. The fact that you can immediately just play it again is fucking awesome. But anyway, so Cody, I thought, did great in a lot of ways. He showed that he has the chin in there. He went against a guy who is as good of enough of a test as you could possibly want, right? To me, he just had to let it go a little bit more. He needed to use more of his... He needed to be a little more confident. Yeah. I went back and actually, because my family, who were, we were together, for some reason they forget. I feel like they have amnesia or something. Like they forget the fighter, like the week after we saw the fight. So I have to remind them every time of who we're going to watch again. So they couldn't remember who the hell Cody was. I'm like, the guy with the tattoos. They're like, they all have tattoos.
Yeah. That's your bad.
That is my bad. I meant like a lot of tattoos. Okay. Anyway, so at the end of the fight, I did it backwards. At the end of the fight, I said, let me remind you who Cody is. And then I put the Dominic Cruz highlights. that's like who we just watched that could have done a little bit more. So anyway, good for Font. I'm not. He didn't get me extremely motivated to see whatever next fight he has, but he definitely showed that he can go against the highest level in Cody. So good for him. It is what it is. We have no fights this weekend in the UFC, correct?
Yeah, no UFC fights.
No UFC, but plenty of good CFFC fights on UFC Fight Pass.
Yes.
So I'm actually very pumped to see the 2 nights of fights because there's plenty alums, plenty locals, plenty, part of the team guys fighting.
Guest last week, featured guests again.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this week we just dedicate to punching at like as many clips of all those people that we've had on the show, just to make everybody aware and make everybody watch, because these guys need to get, guys and girls need to get all the support locally, that we can give them before they move on to the next level. And well, first of all, I saw Cyborg fight on Friday. That snuck up on me. Bellator always sneaks up on me. I don't know why. I like Bellator. Like some fighters are fantastic in Bellator, and I actually like the way they do things. Just for some reason, the timing. I just always think Saturday night fights, and they tend to be UFC, right?
Yeah.
So I always just, unless it's a huge fight that I know, I love their Grand Prix when they do that. Is there a reason I'm looking at a guy with no head? Oh, you put up the man version of Cyborg who had his forehead smashed in.
Ew.
I remember that was nasty.
It auto finished. That was not what I was thinking.
That was nasty.
What?
So anyway, snuck up on me, but it was snuck up on me perfectly because it was actually after we came back from going out on the date night. Mm-hmm. I'm like, we're back home. They got no kids. Oh, Bellator's on. Boom, put the fights on. I missed the Van Zandt's guy's fight. Always forget his name, but he's a badass, and he apparently did great. He had a massive gash on his head and blood everywhere. But anyway, Cyborg looked good as always. Mm-hmm. Who the hell beats her aside from Nunes? Which obviously now is not a thing, but that's the one time we saw Cyborg look human. But she looked fantastic, I thought, and got the finish. So they fought in the UFC before. This was her second fight, but now in Bellator. Mm. The first time, I think, Cyborg won, but some people thought it might have been like premature of a stoppage. So that's why, that was the storyline going into this one. Because otherwise you'd be like, she's not going to beat Cyborg. And then you have no reason to watch. But they made it seem like, hey, it could have been stopped earlier. And this one, she might bring the win home to the U.S. But no, Cyborg dropped her several times and just fully dominated her and looked great. So good job, Cyborg. I like her.
Yeah.
She's likable.
Definitely. Now 2-0.
Something about her, I don't know. She seems like a nice person.
Yeah, she seems cool.
She could be evil as hell, and I don't know. But no, she just seems, I don't know. I like her. And then, so that was that. And then I think it was Saturday night that I saw the announcement, which pumped me up. Sean Brady, Kevin Lee.
Hell yeah.
In the McGregor fight. Mm-hmm. Yo, that's, for all of us, that's as exciting as you can make it, because thank God they gave him an opponent that to me is like the next, Sean Brady is going on a trajectory, and the opponents need to be right for him to continue the pace at which he's going.
Yeah.
And it would have sucked to have been given him, like he had mentioned, like a Robbie Lawler or somebody like that.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. And I think it would be probably an honor for him to share the, you know what I mean? And all this stuff. But it doesn't really keep that trajectory going as quick as I think, because, you're fighting somebody older and all this stuff. So when I saw the name Kevin Lee, I'm like, shit, that's perfect.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Isn't that great?
It's going to be a good fight.
It's going to be a good fight. It's a good test for Sean. Mm-hmm. Because, Kevin Lee's last loss was against Oliveira.
I believe so.
Which is the champion.
And so it's his first fight at welterweight. Right.
So he's going up to 170. Mm-hmm. But my point being is like you're fighting a guy who has fought really, really fucking high level guys. So that's a great test for Sean. Plus, I mean, you know him now, but not only after a fight with Kevin Lee, if he puts on a dominant performance, like everybody's gonna know him. And then in front of, I mean, that's the biggest event that you can fall into in a year, a Conor fight in Vegas with a crowd. Yo, am I selling you on this yet? Are you hyped? Because I'm hyped. No, it's just exciting. It's such a cool. It was a cool matchup.
Yeah, and especially so now Pat fought at the first live event in Florida. Now Sean's first Vegas live event.
Right. Somebody told me that unless a Philly guy initiates it, it's not happening. And actually, Pat got a fight too, didn't he? I think somebody announced a fight for Pat. Later not in this one. I'm pretty sure they did. Or maybe it was some bullshit post.
He will fight anybody on this planet.
That he'll fight anybody on this planet? No, I know. But it kind of came out of nowhere and not enough people.
That was the first headline that came up.
Oh, is that what it says?
Pat Sabatini will fight anybody. I mean, hell yeah.
Wow. By the way, the journalist who decided to go with that for clickbait, it's like, dude, very obvious. I mean, you can say that about any fighter. But
not everybody.
But you could still say that about any fighter. Right. Like it's not too particular. You know, it would be more clever if it was like Sabatini has the skills to beat anybody in the. I don't know.
Now you're critiquing journalism.
It's what I do. So I don't know. I don't know if you can find that he has a fight or not, but it doesn't matter. I believe he does. Sean Brady got locked in finally to somebody. I'm sure we're going to be hearing plenty leading up to this. Now, you tell me, how do we do this? How do we cover this in the best way? Do we try to get him back on before the fight to talk about the fight? Do we wait till after? Like, because of the level of the event, is what I'm curious about. We got to talk to Sean before or after, I would think.
Definitely. I know, this is, July seems so far, but it is so close.
Yeah. But it's July 20-something? Or July 10th. So yeah, it'll come close. Are you telling me there's no chance?
I'm going to say we can try Celebration. We can pull out the whiskey fight.
You want to pull out the whiskey? Well, with who?
It's up to
He's
Sean.
not going to drink.
Oh, we can offer it. I mean, I'll drink for him. But
you'll drink? Can we just drink around him?
How awkward. That'd be so terrible.
Oh, this is so good. You're a killer. He's like, can we wrap this up?
Never coming back.
Anyway, I got to reach out to Robert and see kind of what we can and can't do. But I think it would be great to chat it up either before or after. No matter. Just to see kind of where his head's at with it. But, all right. You got anything else? Oh, yeah.
Paul Felder
retired. So maybe I can start training for a triathlon in order to run next to him, in order to talk to him on the show, because he won't come on the show, people. No, I'm not saying he won't come on the show. He just hasn't responded to coming on the show.
That's okay.
So, but maybe now that he's not as busy, because he's not fighting. I don't know. No, but I mean, listen, Paul Felder has been a big Philly name. He's tied into all the new guys coming up. Has earned everybody's respect. Has fought anybody they've thrown at him. Has legitimately tried to get after that belt his whole career. And has had a pretty damn good career. You know. And he's a fucking great commentator. So at the end of the day, smart move. Stop taking punches to the face. Probably made way more money being on camera. But yeah, I mean, he has nothing but, you know, not everybody can get the belt. Doesn't mean that you can't be completely satisfied with what you accomplish in the sport.
Definitely.
Especially still being young, still, you know, retiring with your head in a clear space, and being good at doing something still tied to the sport. So, congratulations to him, and he's gonna have a great second career after this, doing whatever he chooses to do.
Definitely.
So, good for him. Does he live in Philly or near Philly still? I think he does, right?
I'm not sure.
I feel like he does. Who was it that... Didn't he just go back and forth with somebody? He went back and forth. What's his name? Makachev? Was it Makachev? That said some shit to him, and he said, I'd rather watch paint dry?
Oh, God.
I think so. But my point is, if you knew you were going to retire, that's kind of funny. To, like, go back and forth with a fighter. Like, and you're like,
Yeah,
I'm not going to fight you. Anyway, that was funny. But yeah, so Paul Felder has thrown the gloves down without actually throwing the gloves down. Twice. Because he threw the gloves down before. But then fought RDA. So, anyway, so we're thinking of making these shows live Mondays. I'm going to hopefully get it ready by next week.
I know, yeah.
What?
You're the tech guy.
Yeah, no, I know. I'll have to figure it out. But, so, more on that once it's figured out. But the idea is Monday episodes are live and accessible in the moment. Then they'll live in YouTube. So they'll come out quicker. And you guys won't have to wait too much to see those. So we can talk about the fights that we didn't miss, or that we missed, that we didn't see right away on a Monday. And get that out to you guys. So anyway, the time for it pending. We'll put it out there. And maybe we can make it more interactive. We can get some people jumping on. Yeah. Get some people chatting it up with us. And then Thursdays, we'll still record the episodes that get released on Fridays. So looking forward to that. And it's fight week. Officially CFFC fight week, huh? All right, Gabby. We'll wrap this up.